up guys, Stu here. Oh, would you look at that? It's this mug again, popping up in your sub feed. How's it going? Long time no see. I should really copyright that shit, shouldn't I? Say it a lot. I do say it a lot. It's been a couple of months since my last video. Put it down to a Christmas break. Remember that old thing? Christmas? It happened. It was fun. Hope you guys had a good one. But you want to know something else that happened? It was a year, and it was called 2018. It's called 2018. It was a fun one, wasn't it? If you do need a quick recap, don't worry. Stewie Boy's got you covered. America's still got a deluded cheese puff as a president, and Britain's still got a Skeksis from the Dark Crystal as Prime Minister. And both of them, like shits that just won't flush, clinging on to power somehow. Miraculous. But look, we're not here to talk about politics. We're here to talk about some movies that done happened. In my annual Best of the Year list, look, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, another Best of the Year list? Please. I already had enough of those, alright? You're thinking, Best of 2018? More like Best of 2018. You're thinking, Stu, stop living in the past, alright? It's nearly February. It's basically 2019 now. We can move on. And you know what, Jimmy? Maybe if you started living in the past and owned up to your mistakes like a real man, we'd get through this marriage. Huh? You ever think about that? But no, all jokes aside, 2018 was a year that happened. You can fact check that one, baby. And I, for one, bloody enjoyed it, you know? I thought it was a great year for film. Every year there's always people going, you know what? That year sucked, or you know what? I love that year. Every year the same. Some people aren't going to like things, some people are going to like things. And yeah, sure, it was the year we got Bohemian Rhapsody. And yeah, sure, it was the year we got another one of those dinosaur films. And yeah, sure, it was the year we got an Unfriended sequel. And yeah, no, actually, there was some shit, wasn't there? But we're not here to talk about the shit, alright? We're here to talk about the good. 10 of them. But without further ado, let's just jump straight into that metaphorical pool of goodness. I hope you bought your armbands. This one's deep. Number 10 on my list. The 10th best film of 2018 for myself was The Favourite. I've got to be honest, a part of me is a bit upset this isn't number 1, so I could just make the joke that The Favourite was my favourite of 2018. We'll move past that though. It was a ruddy great film, wasn't it? Easily one of Yorgos Lanthimos' most kind of, I guess, crowd-pleasing films. You take something like Killing of a Sacred Deer and you're like, maybe let's not do it with humankind anymore. This shit's fucked. You watch a favourite and you think, this is weird, but I'm having a great old time with it. Great performances all round. Couldn't possibly name a favourite. Oh, fine, go on then, Rachel Weisz. The whole thing's just an absurd, surreal, crazy take on a period drama. I loved it, I had a blast with it, I can't wait to watch it again. Yeah, nothing else that needs to be said there really. The Favourite isn't quite my favourite, but it is a ruddy good time. Moving on to number 9. Number 9 on the list goes to Tom Cruise Flies a Helicopter. Because he did it, the man's a nut job. He is crazy. Of course, the film wasn't called Tom Cruise Flying a Helicopter, was it? It was called Tom Cruise Flying a Helicopter number 6. It's Mission Impossible Fallout. And it was ruddy good. A franchise at this point has no right to be this good, and it still is fucking fantastic. God, I love this film. One of the best times in the cinema all year, mainly because the action sequences make you go, whoa, hold on a second. They're really doing that shit. Don't know about you guys, but when I saw the skydive through the lightning storm sequence for the first time, holy shit, it was like there was a wind machine on me, but there wasn't. There wasn't a real wind machine on me. Immersion. Tom Cruise is still at the top of his game. He runs like a madman. Chris McQuarrie's still got it. The whole story was just captivating, interesting, twists and turns. Everything worked for me on the level of action movies. Man, it's one of the best that we've had for a long time. Still don't know how they're going to top it, but apparently they're doing 2 more back to back. The bloody nutters. But you best believe I'm going to be straight there, opening day, booty in a seat for those films, mainly because Fallout was fucking spectacular. But you know what else was spectacular? Number 8 on my list of top 10 films. Bet you didn't see that one coming, did you? And number 8 goes to First Reformed, the new film from Paul Schrader, starring Ethan Hawke. Don't want to give away too much, because honestly it's one of those films which, the less you know going into it, the more I think you're going to get from it. I trekked 2 hours across London to see this film. 2 hours. No film should warrant that. But you know what? Glad I did. because First Reform was fucking fantastic. Easily one of my favourite performances of the year in the form of Ethan Hawke. The man is so good in this film. It's one of those films which constantly unravels itself throughout, and you don't really know where it's going, and then the end gets quite surreal. You know what? God damn it, I dig this film. It's more than just Taxi Driver with a priest. Although I'd pay to see that fucking film. It's Paul Schrader doing his best work for a long time. Not going to be for everyone. A little bit of a slow burn. I, for one, loved it, though. I saw it, I think, in the first half of the year, and it managed to maintain its place in my top 10 of the year list for quite some time. So that's got to mean something, eh? First Reformed, number 8. Number 7, though, goes to Avengers Infinity War, or as it should definitely be called, The Purple Man Cometh. Can we just all agree to collectively call it that from here on outwards, please? But The Purple Man certainly did cometh, and shit hit the fan. Crazy film, loved it. Again, one of those films which, yeah, I know it's a superhero film, right? People are like, they're not as good as the other films. Yeah, they fucking can be. This is one of the best experiences I've had in cinema all year. I saw it multiple times, loved it. Dude, the action sequences in this film were so good and so satisfying to watch. The moment where Thor drops down with his hammer in Groot, is that a spoiler? Can I tell? I guess it is, but at the same time, if you haven't watched Infinity War yet, what are you doing? But yeah, that hammer drop with the music in Wakanda, that is my happy place. So many good things to say about Infinity War. It's a miracle that it is as good as it is, considering there's so many people getting jammed into one film, and there's so many things that could have and probably should have gone wrong with this one that didn't. What a film. Big yes from me. Absolutely loved Avengers Infinity War. Oh, sorry. Purple Man cometh. Can't even stick to my own rules. At number 6 on the list is Leave No Trace. A film which I haven't seen enough people talking about, which is a real shame because it's fucking exquisite. This film is wonderful. It's a film from Deborah Granick, and oh my goodness, it's one of the more powerful and moving films of the year. I've seen it a couple of times now, and every time, as soon as I get to the end of this film, just start crying. Just tears just start falling out your face. There's an one of my favourite scenes and moments of any film at all throughout 2018 is a scene in which, I'm not even going to spoil it, but it's towards the end, between the dad and the daughter. No real words are said, it's all in looks. It will shake your heart to the very core. Absolutely loved it. And it's genuinely a crime that Granick hasn't been getting a lot more recognition in the awards circuit for her directing skills here. It's one of the best directed films of the year. It's incredible. It's beautiful, it's moving, it's powerful. It's just a raw look at a very real relationship. Loved it. I think it's on Amazon Prime at the moment for like £4. Go watch it if you haven't seen it already. You will not regret it. And at number 5, we move on from tears of sadness to tears of holy fuck, what the hell is happening? Get me the fuck out of here right now. No, please. No, I don't think you're listening. No, let me out, please help. It's Hereditary. Yeah, I've already talked in depth about how much I love Hereditary. I'm a big fan of horror. Big fan of seeing horror done in an interesting, new, refreshing way. And Ari Aster has absolutely done that with his directorial debut. Yes, that's right, this was his first feature film, Hereditary. This shit fucked me up. I still wake up in cold sweats about this film, guys. It starts off one way, it starts to unravel itself, and as you get going through the film, at least myself, start to realise this film pretty much has everything I find scary in it. Holy shit. I was like, I gotta get out of here, man. But no, it's fucked up, it's crazy, amazing performances. Toni Collette gives probably one of my favourite female performances of the year. Again, snubbed by the Oscars, but we just won't talk about that shit, alright? And there's certain sounds and looks and visual images in this film which I don't think I'll ever forget. Hereditary well and truly fucked me up. I need to be cradled like a baby every time I go to sleep now. So thank you for that, Mr. Ari Aster, you son of a bitch. For real though, feels good this year for horror, you know? I know there's been some shit, alright? There always is, but there's been some notably amazing horror films lately. It's looking good. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And that horror love continues with my next pick of the year. Number 4 for me from 2018 was the wonderful Suspiria. Oh god, this film was good. Now, I didn't really know exactly what to expect from Suspiria, other than that I love the director's previous work, Call Me By Your Name. You guys know that. You fucking know how much I love Call Me By Your Name. Yeah, no, he's a good director. I enjoy the original Suspiria film. A classic in its own right for so many reasons. But I was also just fascinated to see how Luca Guadagnino would do with a horror film like this, and the cast was good. But really, I didn't know exactly what to expect. I was just hoping I'd like it. Film fucking blew me away, man. I've seen it a few times now. I can't wipe this one from my head as well, in the same way as Hereditary. This is absolutely how to do a remake, or reboot, or whatever you want to call it. This is it. This is Exhibit A, when people are like, hey, remakes should never get made. Reboots should never get made. Yeah, there's some of them are shit, alright, but fucking Suspiria, 2018, alright? Fucking that shit. Tilda Swinton in 3 roles. Boom. Immediately, yes. But also, I just love the changes that Luke has made to the story here that make it just so much more interesting and so much of its own beast. I've heard him refer to it as like a cover song of the original. What a lovely way of putting it, okay? I honestly think it's probably better than the original. It's meatier, it's more creepy, it's more unnerving, it's more batshit. The end of this film is nuts. I found it to be one of the more satisfying endings to a film all year. I loved it. I thought everything about this film was magnificent, not least the score. Tom York's score for this film is my favourite score of the year. It's a very slow, definitely very kind of art house look at horror. I loved it. I don't know what else to say on that one. Suspiria is easily my number 4 of the year. The only reason it's not higher is because the next 3 films are pretty fucking good. So number 3 on my list is one that you're going to be hearing about all year. You probably have been for the last however many months as one of the best of 2018. It's Alfonso Cuarón's latest, Roma, which is absolutely going to get Netflix all of the awards, and rightly so. This film was exquisite. If you haven't seen it in the cinema, you've missed out. I'm just going to say, you've missed out. The 360 sounds in this one are nuts, crazy immersive. But the actual story about this maid working for a family in Mexico City and their sort of year in their life was so wonderfully realised. A lot of people might be like, oh, hey, it's one of those nothing happens films, right? I hate that term, because even though big action isn't happening, shit's still happening. We're learning a lot about these characters. You learn a lot about the central characters in this film. I absolutely loved it. I fell in love with it. I could have stayed in the world of Roma for hours on end, happily. It's easily one of the best shot films of the year, no doubt. It's powerful as well, in a nice, subtle way, and it kind of creeps up on you. Like, the end of this film, I was like, oh, this is... you know, one of those cries. Yeah, quality film. Absolutely love Roma. It does run the risk of becoming a little bit overhyped at the moment, but at the same time, fuck it, I don't give a shit. Roma is near a masterpiece for Alfonso Cuarón. Filmmaking at its best. Absolutely loved it. And now we move on to number 2 on the list, which I guess is arguably getting a little bit controversial. It's not controversial, but I certainly haven't seen it in a lot of people's best of the year list, or at least this high. But for me, it's a film which absolutely resonated with me. I don't know what it managed to do, but it did it, and it fucked me up. That film was Beautiful Boy. Now, I've seen a lot of people critiquing its editing, its narrative choices, and various different things which meant that they couldn't quite get into the film. And I'm here to say, look, that sucks to be you, man. I'm gutted for you. Absolutely worked on this sucker. This film ruined me both times I saw it. Man, I was a mess. For me, I think it worked perfectly as this kind of scrapbook look at a father-son relationship, and what a relationship it is to watch on screen. Steve Carell and Timothée Chalamet work perfectly together. Easily 2 of the best performances of the year. Steve Carell, honestly, I think it's probably one of his best performances, full stop. Man is a machine in this film. I just found the relationship to be incredibly powerful and effective. At the end of the day, that's all I need from this film. It is just purely focused on the relationship between a father and son. If you can do that well, it's fine. It's passed in flying colours for me. It's harrowing in the right places. It's hopeful in the right places. It's got the best hugs ever in it. Every hug that happens in Beautiful Boy makes you go, oh, I feel like I'm actually being hugged here. Yes, please. I don't know, man. I just loved it. I'm not going to sit here and sound like I'm making excuses, because I genuinely think it's a fantastic film. Absolutely one of my favourites of the year. I loved it. I thought Beautiful Boy was fantastic. But now we get to the number 1 spot. Numero 1. The big boy. It's Burning. If you haven't heard of Burning, don't look up anything about it. Just trust me, it's fucking fantastic, and go and see it as soon as you can, wherever you can. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, don't want to spoil anything. I have done a full review of it though, so link for that in the description below if you do want to check out my thoughts in more detail there. But it is the best film of 2018. I was blown away by this film, mainly because I didn't really know what to expect going in, other than that people were saying, hey man, this film's good, see it. But the mystery around it all, and the mystery in the film's story, is so satisfying to watch unfold. It's just one of those films which is constantly peeling away layers, drip feeding you bits of information, so you think you're on the right track, but you're never really quite sure exactly what's going on until it ends and you let it sit in your mind and you start trying to work it through. I just found it to be absolutely dripping in mystery, and I love that shit. One of the best thrillers I've seen in a while. Easily the best thriller I've seen in 2018, and so expertly crafted as well. I mean, this film looks stunning, and it's so intricately directed, and everything is there for a reason, and Lee Chang-dong knows exactly what he's doing behind the camera here. Just everything about this film was satisfying to watch. I don't know if there's anything else I need to say on that one. And on a side note as well, Korean cinema, man, smashing it. But that's it. We've come to the end of my top 10 list of 2018. Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that a tasty old ride? I hope you had fun. I hope you didn't collapse halfway through. No doubt there's going to be people saying, hey, this film wasn't in the list. What's up with that? And to that I say, yeah, it wasn't in the list, because it wasn't my top 10 best of the year, motherfucker. No, I feel like it is worth mentioning that I did see films like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, If Beale Street Could Talk, what else is there? Other films that everyone's saying, hey, these are amazing. They just didn't make it into my top 10, alright? They are there, they're close. They certainly got close. It weren't quite top 10 material for me, sorry. So yeah, if there is a film you're thinking, hey, why isn't that in there? Probably just wasn't as good as the 10 films that I did include in this list. don't really take an Einstein for that one, does it? But on the whole, there's been a lot of really fantastic films that I genuinely loved and I'll happily revisit as time goes on. God damn it, film's good, innit? Just love a bit of film. And good ones are even better, aren't they? Let's see how 2019 does. No pressure. Just don't be shit. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. If you want to let me know what your favourite films of 2018 were, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know. We can have a big old bit of juicy discussion. And I swear to God, if any of you have got Bohemian Rhapsody in there, don't talk to me anymore. Just kidding. Opinions are fine, but also... fuck that film. If you enjoyed this video and want to see me talk about more shit, please consider clicking subscribe, hitting the like button, all that jazz really helps me out. If you haven't already, I do a podcast. Go check that out. You can find me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Acast, everywhere that's good. It's called the StuTalks podcast. I'll put links to it in the description down below. Do talk shit every week. It's a lot of fun. Check it out if you haven't already. But I'll see you guys next time where I'll be talking about something that I've not yet decided on. It's going to be fun. Enjoy the rest of your weekend or week. I don't know when you're watching this. You could be watching this in 2020, all right? In which case, did we make it? Is he still president? On that note, I'm getting the hell out of here. Stay beautiful, mother truckers.